networks include Don't Move, The Stowaway, and since 2011, the Impractical Jokers. Today, he joins us to answer your pre-selected questions. Please welcome James Murray!
Hi, everybody. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Hi, everybody. I'm Murr, the only skinny Impractical Joker. Seriously, the other guy's gotten fat as fuck. Other kids here, I want to know if I can curse. No, is there a child here? There's literally a child. The child is 7 months old. I won't curse.
That's little. We have 3 Hannahs questions here. That's little Hannah. She has a question for you.
What's up, LH? Okay.
All right. So first of all, let's go to some stuff I'm curious about. Let's. If I ever get a solo guest, I say, all right, let's get the origin story.
Origin story?
Yes. How did you fall into this show? And was authorship a parallel desire, or did that sort of evolve during the first career?
Show Impractical Jokers, we're shooting season 12 right now. We're halfway through shooting. I think the season, I just got the, what, you guys want to see? Nobody, is this being recorded? Hold on. Can I show this? I don't know. Ah, fuck it.
It's your show.
Oh, you screwed up. Nobody record this part. Cover the camera. The artwork for season 12, pretty cool, right? It's like us, pretty cool. Yeah. Anyways, we're filming season 12. It starts airing, I think, in a few weeks, July. And get this, as of like 2 months ago, we'll have been filming the show for 15 years straight. Gosh, I'm just getting older and balder on TV. I had so much hair in season 1. Now I just have so much back hair.
The ghost of Alan Funk's gonna rise.
So how did the show happen? The guys and I have been friends for a very long time. 34 years, I guess. We met freshman year of high school. We were like 12, 13 years old. Became best friends and did comedy together and formed a comedy troupe after college. And then my job outside of Jokers for a long time, I was in TV development. I ran development for the company that makes Jokers for about 10 years. And so I sold and pitched a lot of TV shows, and the guys and I created the show. I pitched it and sold it, and here we are, 15 years later, sitting together in Oklahoma City.
So is this a case of showing people upstairs like, oh, what's this show? And why does it have your name on it? Something like that?
Yeah, you know, it was, I knew the guys and I had like something special because we had like a very organic chemistry that I think reminds people of their friends from when they grew up, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think the biggest compliment we get is that I feel like I could go hang out with you guys at a bar, have a beer with you, or you remind me of the people I grew up with. I think it's or that you're the one show my whole family agrees on. That's like the biggest compliment in the world, you know? Although a lot of people don't remember what our show is. So I swear to God, this morning I'm at Newark Airport. It's 5 a.m., right? I get through TSA security. By the way, I get through TSA security, my license still has no eyebrows. In case you were wondering, it is real. This is what I look like, a see something, say something. I look like a Lex Luthor's you-know-what, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Anyways, so I go through TSA this morning, a woman comes up to take a photo with me. She goes, oh, you're, excuse me, it's a mild curse, it's not really a curse. A woman comes up to me at my gate, she goes, oh, you're on the show with those dicks, right? She didn't remember what their show name was. She goes, you're on the show with those 3 dicks. I was like, yeah, that's us.
Oh my goodness. When people often ask, I'll ask you, especially on an ongoing project like this, oh, you're always going to be successful. I always like to transpose that into, when did you realize that not only was it successful, that maybe it possibly eclipsed your personal expectations and hopes?
Good question. When you sell a TV show, most TV shows last a few episodes, get canceled. I had sold a lot of shows before Jokers, so I had a different kind of experience than the other guys. I saw it firsthand. I sold the show, it ran 6 episodes, got canceled on A&E. Sold another show, ran 12 episodes, got canceled on TLC, right? It's just the way it goes. Networks are so risk averse. So for me, like the fact that the show kept going and succeeding is such a unicorn in this day and age. And I thank God we got on TV when we did, because I don't think our show would sell anymore. I really don't think you could sell Impractical Jokers in this day and age. It's just different. Networks are different, and I think that we knew from touring. Like the guys and I, pretty early, like season 2, started going out on tour, And we just booked comedy clubs, and they would sell out like that. And then I was like, okay, and after like a few months, we're like, we'll graduate to small theaters, like 800-person theaters, and those will sell out. And then we went up to larger theaters, and then eventually graduated up to arenas, and then we sold out Madison Square Garden, Radio City, and it's the tour that made us feel like, holy shit, something's hitting with people in a way that we didn't anticipate, you know?
Still, selling out Madison Square.
It was a dream come true, man. I was in tears when I got out of the subway. I took the subway to the show in the garden, and I come out of the garden, and the whole side of the garden said, Impractical Jokers sold out, and I started crying. It was pretty wild for a New Yorker, you know? Because I remember there was a show the guys and I did a year before Impractical Jokers. A year before, we did a comedy show in New York City, and 2 people bought tickets to see us perform. And the tickets were $5 each, so we made $10. The theater cost us $65 to rent, so we lost $55. We split it 4 ways, you know? Depressing night. So it's like performing for half a person each.
I still have on my wall a check for $2.
There you go.
For a comedy gig.
There you go.
Yes, I got out the door. What, talk a little bit about your novel writing and the books and stuff like that. Like I said, was that something that was just always kind of in the back, or did it sort of come forward and concurrent with the comfort that the show gave you?
So I always want to write thrillers, like horror books or novels. You know, I went to college for writing, and it was always my dream. And I wrote my first book 23 years ago on a dare. I wrote a short story. I had an idea. I was taking the subways home to my apartment in Brooklyn at the time. And back then, like 2001, 2002, when you lose the connection to the third rail, you'd be plunged into complete darkness in the New York City subway system. And sometimes you come home late from work, what have you, and you're alone in the car, and it's scary as hell. So I went home, I thought of a horror story based on that, I wrote it, I emailed it to my buddy, and he called me back like 20 minutes later. He goes, Murr, this is a book. You should write a novel based on this. What led to this event? So on a dare, I spent a year of my life in 2002 writing my first thriller, which is called Awakened, and I could not get a single person to read the book. I sent it out to every publisher, they returned it to me unopened. Only Q read the book and my mom read the book and they both loved it. And so a full year of my life sat on my computer for 15 years. In the meantime, I proceeded with other parts of my career, and we sold Impractical Jokers, and it was years into Jokers, and we were sitting around one day, the guys were like, Murr, Q said, why don't you do something with that book? It was freaking great. So I was like, you know, I reread it, and I was like, this is really good. It was like from 15 years earlier, so I sent the same book in to HarperCollins, and they immediately bought the trilogy, and that very first book hit #1 on the Sunday Times, bestseller lists all around the world. So all those publishers 15 years ago that passed on it, as Joe would say, they can go suck it. It just goes to show you, man. And that led to me writing thrillers, and so I've got 9 out now. And my 7th novel, Don't Move, comes out in movie theaters at the end of this year. It's pretty freaking cool. It's scary as hell. In the movie is Rob Riggle, T-Pain, Russ the Rapper. Q is in the movie. The movie's already shot. It's in the final stages of editing. VFX is being loaded in. The mix is being done. Composer, the score is being done. The sound mix is being done. And it premiered in Toronto in September. It comes out after that. It's freaking awesome. It's really good.
Well, it sounds like you're very happy with it, which sometimes not all authors are with adaptations of their works, but good on you.
Yeah.
They're respecting that in that way too, so plus
Thanks.
I'm sure they probably...
The movie's better than the book, which is weird. It's usually the other way around. What it means is that the book sucks. No, it's just that because I helped write the screenplay too, and then I was up there on set every day when we were shooting it, and my buddy was the director. He's a well-known director. He directed it, and I produced it, so with another buddy of ours, and it came really good, man. I called in a lot of favors from Jokers to get cameos in the movie, things like that.
Awesome. What's been the best thing to just come out of all of this so far?
Okay, I met my wife when my book came out 15 years later. On my first book, Awakened, I had a haunted house in New York City. I built the book into a haunted house. I had after parties, and I met my wife of 6 years now at that very first book launch. So that was a pretty damn good thing. So I can't imagine. Thank God I wrote that book on a dare 15 years ago, right? 20 years ago. Thank God. You know, because now I have a wife, I got my puppies. These are not my wife's puppies, don't be confused. They're our puppies. It's a little innuendo. innuendo jokes. Sorry.
Well, I just want to say, I just, first of all, thank you for joining here this weekend,
Sure.
and thank you for your talent and just as all this fine
Thank
work
you for
you've
your
done.
hair.
And
It's freaking awesome.
this is my,
I know. I'm so jealous of your hair.
This is my-
If I could grow that, I would. You look like a handsome shark. You do. Sexy jaws.
this is my Jack Lord comb over because I'm getting this skin yarmulke back here.
Got it.
I don't really know what too. So, but thanks just for all this, the fine work you've done, and I just so appreciate the fact that you do this insanity on Jokers, and yet you come down and you get behind the computer and you're doing these literary pursuits at the same time. It's like what a wonderful dichotomy you've got going on, man.
It's a lot of fun. And we just bought a train house. Anybody see that on social media? I just bought one of the country's oldest model railroad clubs. They were, it was this club called Pacific Southern Railway. It's a 5,000 square foot professional model railroad layout in Jersey. And it was these guys who run the club for 75 years. And the widow, her husband was the president of the club. He died, sadly, last year. And so the widow was forced, she's like 76 years old. She was forced to sell the house. And nobody that buys the house is going to let the train club still go into the house every week and run their trains. It is professional. The model railroad is bigger than the house itself. They knocked down a foundation wall and kept going out into the yard. It's unbelievable. So one day before the widow was forced to sell the house publicly, my wife and I bought it to save the club. It just hit the press last week. It's freaking awesome. You have to come to Jersey and check it out. Everyone here, book your trip right now. You can stay at my place.
I've been joking for years, like the type of mindset that would have, like our dad's generation, you know, all the military and stuff like that, and our generation going forward, it's like those guys instead got into Warhammer 40K.
Yup.
So I keep joking all the time, it's like, we need to combine them both under one roof and see what happens.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff. All right, thank you for indulging my capricious curiosity. I've shuffled up these questions, so let's go ahead and take our first one. And Sarah, where you at? Hi, Sarah. Okay, and she wants to know, what was the process to design the punishments?
Oh, okay. The process, the punishments are very secretive. I have no, Q just texted me literally today. I don't know what he means by this. It's a crazy text. So he texts Sal and I. We know that he's planning some secret punishment against Sal and I this season. I don't know what it is. It was a two-way punishment. Apparently James Gunn is involved. So he texted me, he goes, he asks if I think that David Zucker, who wrote the movie Airplane, Naked Gun, would be good for the two-way punishment between Sal and I. He goes, James Gunn was out. James Gunn was in, then he was out, then he's back in again, but he's not sure if he can book the date. What kind of two-way punishment is James Gunn involved with Sal? Anyone have, this is what it's like. You ask what the development is like? It's Q with our writers planning who knows what, and all I know is that James Gunn, president of DC, is going to be in the punishment, possibly. What can it be? It better not be another prostate exam. If I get a prostate exam from James Gunn, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Maybe it's an ungainly cameo.
That's what it's like. It's a lot of very secret planning. Like last season, I faked my death on the TV show. I was on top of a race car, and Sal believed I got thrown off the car. I was a stunt guy. I did a Texas switch going around the bend, and came out as the EMT worker, and he had no idea. That was the biggest punishment we ever filmed. I planned that for 5 years. I've been wanting to fake my death to mess with Sal for 5 years. And I pulled it off. And I rehearsed that punishment for hours before Sal arrived on set, with the whole crew reacting in the moment, everybody screaming, running toward the scene of the accident, and it shows, man. But so me faking my death took 3 real years off my friend's life. So, yeah, that's what it's like. It's like a lot of very secret conversations and planning.
Cool, Sarah, thank you for that one. All right, round of applause for Sarah. That was a good one.
Thanks, Sarah.
Okay, you mentioned race, and Hannah number 3.
What's your favorite race?
My favorite race?
Yeah. Mine's the New York City Marathon.
My favorite race.
I just want to see your reaction when I ask that question. It was funny.
My favorite race is the movie The Great Race, which if you haven't seen,
It is a great movie. You're like Caucasian?
Don't put words in my mouth. It's right. Remember, I'm the moderator. I can blame for everything that goes wrong. So, all right. Hannah, you did a NASCAR event. You got to say ready, set, go?
Yes! I got to say, racers, start your engines is wild.
Yeah.
As the Grand Marshal of the Sonoma Raceway last year.
And she wanted to know, did you stay for the whole race?
I stayed for a lot of the race, but I had a flight to catch home. I did stay for maybe like an hour of the race. I was also, I don't know if you can tell in the video, I am deathly sick with COVID in that video. My wife and I were there, we were in Sonoma for a few days before the race, and I caught COVID, and I did not want to bail on the network. They had all this activation, they spent a lot of money for the launch of the new season, so I went and I'm deathly sick. If you look closely, you'll see me just drooling in the interviews. And I stayed for an hour with a mask on. I took it off when I did the speaking to the mic, and whoever used the mic after me, they're screwed. They're done. They are dead now. And then we, about an hour into the race, we had to take off to catch a flight home. Which I should not have flown either.
That's really fair, okay. Hannah number 3, thank you. Round of applause for Hannah. Here's one from Autumn. Autumn, where you at? That's right. She wants to know, what is your go-to Taco Bell order?
Funny question. Okay, I'm gonna pull my DoorDash right now. We'll look together. Okay, so the only times I order Taco Bell are when we're very drunk. Okay, we just happened to order it 2 weeks ago. It was my birthday 2 weeks ago, right? And we were. It was one of those nights where we ended up drinking, my friends and I, 3 bottles of Johnny Walker Blue, which will knock you on your ass. So, and we're in the pool. I opened the pool, and so this is what I ordered 3 weeks ago at 2 in the morning, while we were in the pool. Okay, I ordered 4 cheesy Fiesta potatoes, 6 crunchy taco supremes, 8 crunch wrap supremes, 5 beefy layer burrito, 5 layer burritos, 2 chicken quesadillas, 3 crunchy taco supremes, 2 soft tacos, and apparently I drunkenly ordered a full Mexican pizza. There was 4 of us in the pool. There you go. It was a whiskey decision.
Where is this pool so I know never to swim in?
Guys, you're all coming in my pool.
All right, Autumn, that boggled the mind. Good one. A round of applause for Autumn. Oh, and this one's from Little Hannah over there.
Hey, Little Hannah.
Okay. She wants to know, for you, what was the worst punishment?
The worst punishment? Okay. So, did you ever see the episode where they threw me out of an airplane? I had to go sky. Can I show you? Come here. Can I share this? So, Murr skydiving. Have you ever seen like a ferret? You know what a ferret looks like? I look like a ferret being thrown out of an airplane. Ready? I'm gonna show you. That was my worst punishment. You're a freaking awesome kid. Give Hannah a hand, everybody.
All right, CJ, where you at? Okay.
What's up, buddy?
CJ wants to know if you played D&D, or if you did, what's your favorite class of character to play?
I don't know. I wasn't a nerd. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I don't know. What was my favorite class? Sophomore? I don't play Dungeons and Dragons. I played Legend of Zelda. But I play video games, but I don't play D&D. In my house for real, I've got connected, working, an Atari 2600, Nintendo NES, Sega Genesis, PlayStation, Xbox, Oculus, Apple Vision Pro, a Terminator 2 video arcade game, Switch, And yet I still found a woman to marry me.
What's your go-to on the Atari 2600?
Ooh. Atari 2600, go to Pitfall. Pitfall. Yep.
Yeah, we're old. That's me too. All right, well, CJ, that was good attempts. Thank you. And the opinions of our guests do not reflect those of GalaxyCon.
I'm kidding. I gotta play. Invite me to play, bud. We'll play in the pool. I don't want to Taco Bell. Be great.
Yeah, cleric berserker. Yeah, that's what we do. So, all right, Angie, where you at? Hi, Angie. Angie would like to know, while filming your episodes, have you gotten into legal troubles?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, yes. I mean, for real, when Sal climbed the statue, for real, Homeland Security sent the TV show a letter saying, "What the F are you doing?" Like, that's a federal monument. And we then took it further. We saw the letter from Homeland Security. The TV show explained it was just for a prank, blah, 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 apologies. They didn't charge us or anything like that, but we didn't tell Sal that. We kept the joke going. We kept replicating the letter after letter after letter over the course of a year coming in from Homeland Security until Sal had to testify in a deposition before Homeland Security. It was all in the TV show. He thought it was real. It was all BS, right? So that was for real. We got in trouble. What other times? I mean, this was not on TV because the woman threatened to sue the whole TV show. We were filming at a supermarket, and Sal's behind the counter, ringing customers up, and a woman comes up to pay. She gives him her credit card, and I said to Sal, I was like, buddy, do me a favor, nonchalantly, take out your cell phone and snap a photo of her credit card before swiping it. Unbeknownst to us, this woman had just had her identity stolen like a month earlier. We didn't know that. She lost her marbles, right? She started screaming at the top of her lungs, "How dare you!" We tried to calm her down, explain it's a prank show, what have you, no harm, no foul. She wouldn't stop. She called the cops on us. The cops come in, they're like, you know, they calm the woman down, take her aside, they come walking back in, we're like, shoot man, we're gonna get busted, right? The cops come in, they're like, guys, we're huge fans, can we take a photo? Yeah.
Thank you, Angie. Round of applause for Angie. Woo! And one from Derek. Where you at, Derek? Derek. Okay.
Derek, hey buddy.
This kind of dovetails into that one. Was there anyone who may have like sussed you guys out, but still just played along, hoping they would get on TV?
Not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. Didn't know, because keep in mind, buddy. Like, let's say I see you at the con and I want to go up to you. Long before you see me, there's 60 people in the crew watching you, right? The cameras all hone in on you when we identify you as a target. So long before you ever see me, before I'm even in the playing field, we've honed in on you and we're watching. There's just no way. Like, if you see me from 100 yards away, we've already spotted you. So there's just no way to trick us, right? And you can tell people are different when they recognize you. They change. They don't walk normal. They don't talk normal anymore. You know, they're like, you know, there's something changes. And we also have like little tricks to keep the show real. It has to be real, of course, right? So like, for example, let's say you get called into a focus group. You have no idea that you're walking into Impractical Jokers. We don't bring you in the room all at once. We bring the marks in one by one. You walk down, you're in a real focus group place, in a real waiting room with real employees. Of course, those employees are our employees. And the producer of our show, who you think is an employee of the focus group company, will walk you down the hallway to get into the room. You have no idea that when you walk in the room, that's Impractical Jokers, and there's Sal waiting to do something crazy with you. As you walk down the hallway, I'll be in the hallway as well. We call it the sniff test. I'll be in the hallway doing some BS, some nonsense. As you walk by, I'll engage the producer with conversation, and all we're doing is watching you. And if we see a spark of recognition in your eye, we know you're a fan of the show, right? If you walk by, there's no recognition, no problem. As the producer will pass by, he'll turn around, I'll give him a thumbs up. That means you don't know me, you're not going to know Sal, you're not going to know the TV show, you're good. If you do recognize me, I give a thumbs down, the producer will take you outside and will kick the shit out of you. I'm kidding. No, you know, but it's like little tricks like that work wonders. No way to fake being on the show.
What does happen in the of people that get a thumbs down. They're just like, oh, we don't need you for this assignment.
That's one of the hardest parts of the show, because as the show's gotten more popular, we have to overbook more and more marks. So to get a focus group that doesn't know us, to get 5 people in the room that don't know us, takes 20 people. Right? So, but all those people get paid no matter what. If they're attending a focus group, you're getting $100 to attend a focus group, not knowing you're about to be on TV. So that's why we try to do real world challenges as much as possible. It's just cheaper, like a mall food court. But it's very hard to film in a mall anymore. We filmed there a week ago. We do a challenge called Lauren Order. Instead of Law and Order, it's Lauren Order. Like this, spin on the TV show, and we're casting directors trying to cast for Law and Order, filming upstairs, and it was absolute chaos. There were kids. There was 500 people watching us from different levels of the mall. It was chaos to get real people that didn't know us, but we did, and they're going to be on TV, and they're going to look horribly embarrassed.
Derek, fun question. Thank you for that one. Round of applause for Derek. And here's one from Barry. Where you at, Barry? Hi.
Hey, buddy.
Was there any challenge or punishment that was just flat out refused? And how did that conversation go down?
Flat out refused. No. We've never refused a punishment, but they came close, skydiving. What's not on TV is, and this is my number one fear, I don't think I'm afraid of heights anymore. What more can they do to me, right? Like, I've had every orifice pierced and self-penetrated in some way. I've been thrown out of heights multiple times. I had to fly outside of an airplane in the Joker's movie. So, but back then, when we filmed the skydiving, what's not on TV is for real. You see me on TV running off camera. What you don't see is what happened after that. I ran off camera, I locked myself in the bathroom of the place for a half hour, crying hysterically, I would not come out. And from the bathroom, I FaceTimed my mom to say goodbye and I love her, and she rejected the call. And a minute later, she texts me back, she goes, it's the Macy's one-day sale, I'm shopping, can't talk. She rejected me for the Macy's one-day sale. So, but I decided to do it, but they had a backup, they were gonna throw Sal out of the plane in case I legit said no. I ultimately decided it would be funniest if I did it, so I did it. So, no, we've never said that.
All right, Barry, round of applause for that one. Good one.
I think the show's going to end when one of them just freaking dies during a punishment. It's probably going to be me.
Hannah, where you at? The other end. Okay. Yeah. Fave punishment. Well, maybe like fave punishment might be the wrong word, but maybe a punishment you wouldn't mind repeating if you had to.
Got it. Joe's Captain Fat Belly. God, his big blue belly, or him as the genie, is so funny to me. Sal in the cornfield is so freaking funny to me. He's such a wuss. If you ever met Sal's father, his father's a freaking strong guy. His father's probably 78 years old now, and he could dismantle his own son in a heartbeat. Sal can't hang a picture frame, That's very funny to me. Q the Tarantulas is very funny to me. And then I would love to fake my death again, for sure. I would not like another prostate exam.
Were there any others that you enjoyed, ones that others had to do that you found particularly amusing?
Let's see. I tell you what, I would like to relive my Dracula punishment. When I'm on stage and I had no idea, and I'm playing a vampire or whatever. I'm very proud of myself. Oh, I would like to relive my Thunder Down Under punishment too, where they injected me with histamines, and I had every STD on the planet, and I had to dance in front of like 500 women, well, half naked. That was amusing to me. I was all looped up.
Nice. Yeah. All right, Hannah, thanks, sir. That was a fun one. Okay. Mary, where you at? Okay, Mary wanted to know, did they smash your actual TV?
Yes. What? Yeah, I lost all that stuff. That wasn't the worst punishment, though. There was a punishment where they had me compete against a 5th grader. Like, is Murr smarter than a 5th grader? Which, by the way, what's not on TV is all the many, many questions I got right that the stupid kid got wrong. It's not funny to watch Murr destroy a kid in an IQ test, okay? So they cut all those questions out and only kept the questions that I lost and the kid got right. Little bastard. He took my George out of the problem, okay? He still has my real diploma from Georgetown. But the worst part of the punishment was, for real, they did everything they did on that episode. They took the door handles off from my apartment. They took the shower heads off. I rented the apartment. I had to pay that back. They did not give those things back. The kid still has my diploma. He still has my door handles, whatever. It cost me like $1,000, that punishment. I had to buy them from the building. It's not regular maintenance to replace your doorknobs, your shower heads. Little bastard cost me $1,000. Yeah. But, well, I forgot the question. Yes, they destroyed my TV. But they did not burn my blankie, by the way. My blankie, when I went home from that punishment where they burned my blankie, it was safe inside my bed the whole time. It is here in Oklahoma City right now.
Nice. Mary, good one. Round of applause for Mary. Angie, where you at? Angie. Okay, all right, we're going into another one of the nerdy sides of things. What Hogwarts house do you think you would belong to?
Hogwarts house? Yes. Oh, wait, hold on.
Slytherin.
Hold on. Wait, damn it, I was going to try to remember it. What is called Slytherin. Slytherin.
They're kind of
Wait, the Slytherin? And the other, that's the bad guys. That's the guy from Die Hard, Hans Gruber. No, wait, he's a good guy.
No, that's John.
And the other one is Gryffindor. So hold on.
There are more. There's more.
I can't play my audio. There would be curses in it. I only watched Harry Potter for the first time during COVID. I'd never seen a single movie. I just missed them, right? So my wife and I, during COVID, we're all home, the show's down, so we started watching the Harry Potter movies. And I liked them a lot, right? But we would drink like 2 bottles of wine and watch them. So we were drunk for every Harry Potter movie, and I would drunkenly send audio messages to our cousin, and the audio messages from Harry... I don't know if I can play them. I don't know what the content is. Let's see. Because when you're drunk watching Harry Potter... Hold on, let me see if I can play any. My wife and our cousin, it's a group text. Let's see what happens. They're here. Let's see if I can pull any up. So, what house would I be? Can I play? I can't play this audio. I can't play it. They're too crazy. I don't know what I say.
All right, audience. All right, who thinks Slytherin? Yeah. Agree?
Don't you think?
Okay. Who dissents? Who says Gryffindor? No.
I think Slytherin.
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff?
No, that's Sal.
Here's my. I don't know. Sal would be. I don't know the house names. What are the house names? What else is there?
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw.
Oh, Ravenclaw. That's a claw one. I don't know that too. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Here's my question. I forget which Harry Potter it was. After the big battle, and they're on the bridge, they're handing out hot cocoa. If you go back and watch it, where'd they get the hot cocoa from? Go back and watch. It makes no sense. And also, why would they bury Dobby on a sand beach?
Because that's where he
That's
died.
crazy. That's not good. What?
That's where he died.
But they bury him in a sand beach. He's gonna be washed away in 2 days. That's dumb, man. You bury Dobby for the elf.
It was a magic berry.
Sand beach. Put him up further. Just dumb. Sorry. I was very drunk when I watched all the Harry Potters.
We got a few minutes left.
Okay.
We can start, or if you want, I could go out there and take some more questions. What I'll do is I'll have them whisper in my ear.
No,
and then
anybody have another
transpose
question? Well, you just asked a question. So, the gentleman right here. How about that?
All right,
Yes.
Which suspenders? Okay. All right. What's your name? Bradley. What you got, Tom?
Has he gotten a chance to give Danica McKellar?
I already heard the question. You son of a bitch. Isn't it
Have a
Danica
chance to
McKellar?
get to a Danica again.
So, it is weird knowing you've all seen me naked. It is weird. That was the most embarrassing moment of my life, right? Like, you have to understand, like, I'm in my 40s, right? So, when I grew up in the 80s, she was it. Like, that was Winnie Cooper from the Wonder Years. I never in a million years imagined that she was a fan of the show or the guys were in touch with her. I never imagined that when I walked through the door, there would be Danica McKellar, Winnie Cooper, still looking gorgeous. She has aged well. I've aged like a raisin. You know what I'm saying? And I walked in and my nipples were out, I'm greased up, I'm in a little American flag speedo. I felt like this big. and then I have to like do freaking squats in front. It was so embarrassing, and it was so embarrassing. There's like my life before and after that moment, right? And then we became friends, legit. But she's married, and I'm married, and you know, so on and so forth. But a few months after that episode airs, fans love it. It becomes an instant classic, right? One of those kind of episodes. A few months later, she's in Manhattan. She was in Midtown where we were filming, whatever. So her and I meet up for lunch one day. We're in Central Park. We're having a little picnic. And fans were walking by in Central Park thinking we were like a thing. But we weren't. So, yeah. And we will never be a thing. But she's lovely and a friend, for sure. We're bonded by my nipples. Bonded by my greasy nipples.
You know that young lady all the way in the back there. Oh.
Yeah, they can just talk in the mic, it's okay. Hello, oh, we met earlier. Hold on, your name was? Kayla. I knew it was Kay. Hi, Kayla.
She's a little nervous, sorry.
That's okay.
What was your favorite filming location?
Location? You know, good question. I don't think I've ever been asked that question. Well, there's a lot of locations we can't go back to anymore. We got kicked out. We got our memberships taken away from Costco. Season 1, pilot episode.
Mustache.
You know, the mustache guy, whatever. We filmed the pilot episode at Costco, but without the correct permission. So the manager of the Costco was a friend of the producer of the show. He let us in, he signed the release forms. So legally we're in the clear. But he didn't get corporate permission for his store to let us be part of Jokers. It was season 1, and so they fired him. I know, I feel bad. Screw it. But we filmed at Costco, and Costco was so upset they took our memberships away. But then years later, the show takes off. Now they're fans of the show. Then we got thrown out of Six Flags. In season 1, we also filmed a bunch of challenges at Six Flags. We got escorted out of the park. Then they came back, and they're dear friends of ours now. Where else? We got thrown out of a bunch of places. But my favorite place to film, I mean, Six Flags is pretty amazing. Universal Studios is amazing. All of our Universal Studios episodes have been so much fun. And then we did our 100th episode, a live episode, walking a tightrope in downtown Manhattan. That was a great location. It's Q1, and what's not on TV, during the commercial break, we had to walk a tightrope 70 feet up in the air on live television for charity. The network's donating $100 grand to a charity of our individual choosing. And Q successfully walked the tightrope with thousands of people watching in New York City, downtown Manhattan. And what's not on TV is during the commercial break, before the 4-minute commercial break before his turn, he did 5 shots of whiskey in a row. He had enough steely courage to do it, and he succeeded walking the tightrope across 70 feet up. So there you go. Great location.
A fun one, thank you. So, round of applause for that. Good question. Yeah. So, next season's coming up.
Yep, a few weeks.
Film adaptation of the book is going to drop
book
next.
comes out.
So, what else is in the pipeline you may be allowed to share?
I told you about the Train House. We're filming, season 12. I'm on tour all over the country. I'm about to announce a whole bunch of fall tour dates all over America. I was just in Oklahoma City 3 weeks ago on tour. Had great shows. Was anybody there? Yeah, thanks for coming back. So a lot of live tours. We'll be a big slick in Kansas City, the charity event next weekend. Next Thursday, I'm hosting the Golden Trailer Awards in LA. What else? I have an idea for a new book I'm writing. I'm a farmer. The Murr farm's going great. And that's it. One thing I would do, I know we're almost out of time, so I wanted to mention, it's important mentioning this kind of setting when we're so intimate together. The show has been on for, we've been filming it for 15 years. We've been on TV for 14. How many of you have been watching from season 1? So for example, so who just had their hand up? So with the hat, the Cubs hat, or this, how old are you when you started watching the show? How old are you now? 35. You're 35. So the show started when you were 20 years old, right? So just in college, maybe just beginning college, what have you. I can't believe that. Like, I want you to hear from me directly. Like, we were regular guys when we got on TV. I got on TV at 34 years old. I'm 49 now. And we were regular guys with regular jobs. I commuted 2 hours to work, like I'm sure many of you do. I was taking the subway to work. There were many months I had $800 in the bank. My rent in Brooklyn was $1,200 a month, so I busted my butt to have enough money to pay that month's rent, because I'd be damned if I asked my parents to borrow money, or my friends to borrow money. So I guess what I'm saying is, I know that all the good things that have happened to us in the past 15 years are because of you guys. I don't consider you guys are fans. I consider you my friends, my family. I feel like I've grown up with you and your families on TV. So thanks from the bottom of my heart for the lunch you gave us. Appreciate you guys.